Aloha mai kākou. This will be a practice for the Papani Hoʻomaʻamaʻa. Papani are what we know as pronouns. Nowadays, we hear that word a little bit more. The pronouns, these are the pronouns someone wants to go by. But if you're just learning what pronouns are now, don't worry. I didn't really learn what a pronoun was until my first papo Olelo Hawaii, where they explained to me what pronouns are. But we'll go over the different pronouns that we have in Olelo Hawaii. They're a little bit different than we have in English. There's also going to be a little bit practicing. This one we kind of gotta imagine where someone in a picture, practice what pronouns would be said in the sentence, and then as well as some little kind of tips and tricks to remember which pronoun goes with which Hawaiian pronoun goes with which English pronoun. So this one, the beginning is going to be in English to kind of give you a little bit insight, kind of break down the different pronouns, and then our Olelo Hawaii practice will be in Olelo Hawaii, practicing how to use the pronouns with a little bit English explainer of what the pictures represent. But the rules, e kahi ho'olohe, e lua olelo, e kolu ho'ike, ka maupopo ole. If there's any no, just shoot me an email. So for the pronouns that we have in Olelo Hawaii, the first ones that we kind of learned already is we have au, which is me, not plural, just me. The ones that start with an o is usually for you, either oi being one, oi, o lua being two, oko being you three or more. And then usually we have oya for he or she. Oya is singular most of the times, but if you have them, if you want to see them, then it would be laua or lako. I put la over here for the las, kind of he, she, with that kind of similar type of mental note that la is farther away from the conversation. He or she sometimes is over there, either farther away, sometimes a little bit closer, but la is farther away from the conversation. As for the plural of kind of me, the we aspect, there's two different ones. And this is kind of the major difference in Olelo Hawaii. We have kaua, kako, but we also have maua and mako. Both of them meaning having a we context. But kaua in the Kaliha Hill book, it'll say inclusive, and for maua or mako it will be exclusive, we exclusive. I know that's kind of like, what does that mean? Inclusive, exclusive. But I'll explain it to you right now. The inclusive is including the listener. Whoever you're talking to, you're including them in the we. So kaua is always going to be you and me. Only two in kaua. Kako is everyone including the listener. The exclusive, the only person that would get excluded, that would use the exclusive, is the listener. So maua would be two people, the speaker and someone else, not the listener. The listener is not part of the we. And mako would be everyone but the listener. So a little bit trick kind of to remember this is kaua, or the ke. A ke, if you separate it, it's a little arrow pointing inwards. So we see this little arrow over here. It's pointing to that listener. I'm listening, I'm included, we get a little happy face. For the maua, mako, if you flip the M, you get an E for exclusive, if your brain works like that. You can also extend the M and you make a little sad face because the listener gets excluded and he's not coming along. That's kind of the basic sense of kaua, the inclusive versus exclusive. The only person that gets excluded is the person listening. So we have au, me, oi, you, oya, he, she over there. And then for the luas, a lua, we kind of have that ua inside of the pronoun words. We have kaua. Kaua is always me and you. Maua, you exclude the person you're talking to, the listener. So it's the speaker and someone else that's not the listener. So maua, that ua, a lua. Olua, kind of plain and simple. Olua, you two, the lua. And then laua, for two people, kind of like a they, two, them. La, stay farther away from the conversation. La is fa. So laua, the two that are farther away. And then 3 or more, we'll get the ko. Kind of sounds like kolu. Kako is every single one in the room, whatever context it's in. Mako is everybody except the listener. 3 or more except the listener. Oko, you 3. Lako, little bit fa. Them 3 away from the conversation. So, Maikai, hope this cleared it up a little bit. We're going to go into a little bit of practice. If you are still a little bit confused, hopefully the practice will clear it up. If not, if you're still a little bit confused after the practice, try to go back, see if you missed something in the little explanation of the pronouns. Or you can also do the practice over, play the video as many times as you want. The hard thing about teaching this through online is there's no physical space and multiple people to kind of demonstrate this this type of pronoun situation. So what we're going to do is we have a bunch of people on the screen. You're gonna make like you're this wahine over here. If you're a kane, if you're a wahine, no matter, just put yourself in this person's shoes. The one that's circled in the blue is the one that's speaking. So this is the one saying the sentence. Make like you're this person. The one in the red is the kanaka ho'olohe, the person that is listening. Kanaka ho'olohe. And then the person in the green is the kanaka hele ikahakai, a person that goes to the beach. And we're going to use the same sentence. So, hele ovai ikahakai. We're going to look for the green circle here. And this person saying it. You're this person. So, hele ovai ikahakai. And she's talking to her. Hele au ikahakai. Hele au ikahakai. There's one. She's talking about herself. I go to the beach. Hele au ikahakai. And that's how this is going to go. By the end of this, if you need more practice, try going around talking to people and seeing what pronouns would be used in those sentences. But hele ovai ikahakai, hele au ikahakai. Hele ovai ikahakai. Hele ovai ikahakai. E nana i ka pō ai ʻomaʻomaʻo. Ka pō ai ʻomaʻomaʻo ke kanaka hele ikahakai. So ovai hele ikahakai. Hele oi ikahakai. Hele oi ikahakai. Because she is talking to this person right over here. Kanaka ho'olohe is in the po ai ula ula. We have the po ai polu, po ai uli uli, po ai polu, kanaka olelo, po ai ula ula, kanaka ho'olohe, po ai ʻomaʻomaʻo, kanaka hele ikahakai. Hele oi ikahakai. Maikai, maikai. Hele owai ikahakai. Hele owai ikahakai. Maikai, hele mākou ikahakai. Hele mākou ikahakai. O ka pō ai ʻomaʻomaʻo, oia naka hele I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele mākou I ka hakai. These people are listening. They're the ones excluded from going to the beach. Hele mākou I ka hakai. Only we go to the beach, not you guys. Maikai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele mākou I ka hakai. There was more people that got added to the going to the beach, but these same listeners are still excluded. Hele mākou I ka hakai. Could be 4, could be 6, still mākou. Maikai, maikai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele kākou I ka hakai. Hele kākou I ka hakai. Ka poʻai ʻomaʻamaʻa naka āpau. Naka āpau. Maikai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele laua I ka hakai. Hele laua I ka hakai. La for fa. Elua, two of them. Laua. Hele laua I ka hakai. Them two over there. Maikai, maikai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele olua I ka hakai. Maikai no, maikai no. Hele owai I ka hakai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele laua I ka hakai. Hele laua I ka hakai. Hele owai I ka hakai. E maka ala I ka poʻai ula. Ua loli ka poʻai ula. So hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele olua I ka hakai. Hele olua I ka hakai. Because the listeners changed. Talking to him. Talking to these two people. They two, you two, go to the beach. Maikai. Hele olua I ka hakai. Maikai. Kala mai, ano paʻakiki ke ia. Hele owai I ka hakai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele okou I ka hakai. Hele okou I ka hakai. Okou. E ha. Kahi lua e kolu e ha. Hele okou I ka hakai. Maikai, maikai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele okou I ka hakai. Hele okou I ka hakai. Even though the listeners changed, the red circle changed and the green circle changed, it's still gonna be okou because all the people that are listening, all the people hele I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele okou I ka hakai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Nana I ka poʻai ʻomaʻamaʻa. Maikai. Hele kaua. Hele kaua I ka hakai. Maikai, maikai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Hele owai I ka hakai. E nana I ka poʻai ʻomaʻamaʻa. O oi ke ia. Kanaka hoʻolohe. Kanaka hele I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele oia I ka hakai. Hele owai I ka hakai. Maikai hele kaua I ka hakai. Kaua, hele kaua I ka hakai. A hele o wai I ka hakai. Hele o wai I ka hakai. Maikai hele au I ka hakai. Even though the amount of listeners changed, only one person going to the beach. That's the speaker. Hele au I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele o wai I ka hakai. Hele o wai I ka hakai. E nana I ka po ai ʻomaʻamaʻa. Maikai hele o kou I ka hakai. Hele o kou I ka hakai. The only one that's not going to the beach is o'oi, the kanaka olelo. So the person speaking, not going beach, hele o kou I ka hakai. Maikai. Hele o wai I ka hakai. Maikai hele oi I ka hakai. Hele oi I ka hakai. Hoʻokahi wale no hele oi I ka hakai. Maikai, maikai. So, ina he ninau ka kekahi. If there's any ninau, feel free to reach out. I hope this helped in learning the pronouns through this digital space. But the best practice is going into a physical space, actually using these pronouns. If you have any Olelo Hawaii friends, try to have a conversation with them, practice the pronouns, because a physical space is what helps this really stick. I hope I didn't confuse you with the digital space, but if it did confuse you, kala mai. I'm trying to make this as best as easy as possible. But if there are any nino that are remaining, feel free to rewatch the video or send me your nino. Mahalo, ahui ho, mahalo ki hui ana.